going on, Jabronis? Welcome to another episode of Jabroni Sports.
Hey, all right.
Here on this snowy Monday evening, we are recording. I'm your host, AJ Firstenau. You can find me on most forms of social media at AJ, FUERSTENAU. Joining us this night, as always.
I am at It's Your Boy Gonzo, and you can catch me on WWEshop.com.
Excellent. What kind of, any t-shirts in particular
Yeah,
you're looking for?
I'm waiting to somebody to gift me that Nobody Meaner Than Tamina
Oh, man.
fucking hoodie. That's a gem.
That is a great shirt. Nobody is meaner than Tamina.
I want to get it just to wear it, ironically, at independent wrestling shows, but I won't pay $40 for it.
But if somebody else wants to buy you the Nobody's Meaner Than Tamina shirt, you're here for it?
I'm all in.
All right, so somebody wants to really show Gonzo support, they should buy him this t-shirt, is what we're saying.
That's pretty cool. All right, I'm at GBPackTV. That's it.
That's it? We can't even find you anywhere anymore?
No,
you're gone? You've disappeared?
At GBPackTV on where? Like
anywhere.
Where do you think?
I'm just going to Google it.
Instagram. Just Google
What kind of
it.
answer is that? What do you think, peasant?
I mean, if I can...
Okay, that's enough. I'm Trey
it.
Montuano. You can find me on Twitter at Trey Montuano, or as always at GBPackTV.
I Googled at GBabyLaFlair, and it just shows up Johnny's Twitter.
Well,
That's it. There you go.
Also,
Twitter and nowhere else. Yep.
Also, I don't know how deep you want me to go, Johnny, but your me.me account is on here.
What is a me.me?
At GBabyLaFlair, sick of people saying my generation is poor.
Oh, that's because I had that one tweet
Yeah, the
that went
viral.
viral.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
all right. And you're on...
so not to toot his own horn, but Johnny's kind of a big deal.
I'm
Yeah.
a big deal.
Johnny, how many subreddits do you moderate?
I do on Reddit. I moderate about 10 subreddits.
Holy shit! Where do you what?
Yeah.
10?
Did you want to know all of my subreddits?
How do you give time to each of them?
My thing is that I find people to do all the work for me, and then I'm done.
So actually, you're a good manager.
I'm a good manager.
That's essentially so you are a good.
It's one of the most important things you need to do.
You are just. I mean, you hired the right people.
I got 10 subreddits. I can't do it. I found the right people to do it. Sometimes I'll get a message on Discord or something. I don't read it. They'll figure it out. Smart guys.
They're human adults the same as I am.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. And I guess in a way, Trey, you are the moderator of GBPackTV as well.
Yeah.
Do people?
I guess you could say that.
Do people get spicy in the comments? Have you
No,
had any?
I don't have enough followers.
All right, I was gonna say, has anybody ever gotten spicy?
I'm going to
in
get
the comments?
spicy in his comments.
Yeah,
If
please.
you guys want to get spicy in the comments on GBPackTV, I'm down. I'll have a comment battle with somebody.
You know, I don't think you ever shout out.
A little spice.
Yeah.
You don't shout out Jabroni Sports, and we shout out GBPackTV every time.
Yeah.
But we never come on his.
next
But we
episode.
never come on his show.
That's
So
you guys should go on the
to
show
be-
for
to-
sure.
to be-
Johnny's
to
been
be
on
That
fair,
would be real spicy.
I've been on it you can catch me in the corner one time as I'm trying after I start the computer and I'm walking off.
I cut that part out. Nobody wants to see that.
I mean, yeah. If you
I've seen it. I've seen his shadow.
Yeah, Johnny's shadow.
So I am on
Shadows
GBPackTV.
in my room.
Have you gotten the IMDb credit yet, though?
I have not.
Is GB Pack TV on IMDb?
It's got
Not yet. We're working our way up. Okay,
Yeah.
we only got 50 followers right now.
That's
but
all right.
There's only
That's all
one
right.
way
That's
to
a
go.
half century.
That's a lot.
That's a half century, my friend.
it is.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna celebrate victories around here. You know what?
Yeah, we're
With
going to have
that-
cough drops.
No, with that number one, we're gonna
Only one
celebrate.
dose, man.
We're gonna celebrate a 24-16 victory as Gonzo rifles through the whole breezer bag.
I don't want you
We're all,
slapping your
That's really how you celebrate the Hall's
Yeah.
Breezers.
Well, I mean, as you saw yesterday, the
Happy
Packers-
Halls a day.
Oh, nice.
You know you're going to give up on that after like a minute and start chewing it.
No, I won't do it.
That's.
I'm going to
Good
turn
luck.
my mic off. I'll see you guys in 2 minutes.
Good luck
Stop describing how he's gonna eat it. Let
And
him
it's gonna,
eat it on his
yeah,
own.
don't worry. We'll let people hear the crunch on air, okay?
No, I'm just saying.
We'll confirm shortly that he did indeed eat a Hall's
I'm
breezer.
just bringing up the point. Has anybody here ever sucked a cough drop all the way to the bottom?
No,
Or-
because
you always crunch into
You'd be a
it.
No.
psychopath.
I
Yeah.
have.
exactly.
I have.
Why do you
You've
want to
done it
know if I
before?
did that?
You
Yeah,
sit
only when I'm at work because I'm super bored and I'm like, whatever.
How do you do that? You have to put like effort. You
at
have
a
to
certain
think
point.
about
It's
not
so
chewing.
small. But yeah, that's because it's just like.
Because you forget what you're doing.
Yeah,
And then
but-
at some point it gets stuck in your tooth.
But that's I don't want that part.
No.
I don't want it getting stuck on one of my.
Then you got flavor for later. You're just like,
that's how a cavity happens. If something's just stuck, something sweet gets stuck to your tooth and just hangs out there, like that's a cavity, bro.
No,
that just becomes part of your tooth.
You
then.
monitor it.
You what? You are not. What are you doing? A regular check-in? Do you have an hourly list?
It's gone within like half an hour.
Half an hour?
Anything that dissolves that gets stuck in your teeth is done in a half hour max.
All right, I mean, there's no science to back this up, but you've never.
Dude, 15 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, I was being
Guys, I'm gonna say it's 45 minutes.
I was being conservative.
Yeah.
Johnny's right. It's probably 15
it's been
minutes.
a while.
I'm gonna write a paper about this.
How
you
quick
guys
This is gonna be my thesis.
Have you guys ever chewed into a sucker, a cough drop, and then like it gets stuck in your teeth? How long does it get stuck?
Like immediately, like you just put it in and just like.
Yeah.
Well, I clean it off.
Oh, no, I never did that.
Well, sometimes you just let it linger because you're at work and you don't have time.
So how long will you just let something sit in your teeth?
Eventually, it'll something that will dissolve. Because it will dissolve.
It will dissolve.
It's not going to be there like...
But I would just leave it
But
there.
it leaves like the sugar and shit like that. Like I said, like that's how cavities happen.
That's why you use scope.
This is basic dentistry right now.
You just go back.
I hope you don't make a habit of doing that. You should.
No,
You just go back. You're like, oh, I
it's
forgot
just
that
an
was
emergency.
there.
At some point that day, you should be brushing your teeth. So I don't think it should be much of an issue.
Yeah, and flossing.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
But you gotta pick the candy off the bottom of your teeth.
I floss all
You
the time.
forget it's there, and
Floss-ups
then you
or
go
whatever.
back and you lick it and be like, oh, that's there.
Where was that from?
See,
Nice.
See, this is all to get our sponsorship. I really want to be part of Floss Ups. It's really a brand I believe in. And
a brand
Yeah.
forever.
Shout out.
Floss Ups. You don't know about Floss Ups?
No, it's
They're the toothpick. They're the floss on a stick.
Oh, well, everybody's got those.
I know, but they're
But
great.
you didn't know what they were.
I didn't know they're called.
Now you're like,
floss-ups.
oh yeah, dude. Everyone has that. It's
They're-
not. It's not a cool thing to have.
Mine is
Aren't
called
they-
CVS.
Sounds like a
brands.
hip hop duo. Floss ups.
Hey, but isn't it
floss-up.
from the 90s? Isn't it better than regular old fucking...
Oh yeah, I much prefer
Regular
Oh.
floss.
Floss is a disaster.
Floss feels like you're like punishing yourself.
It feels like you're
It's
being
like, "Ah!"
violated.
Like, oh, I got my gums again.
It's like, could you please stop? Could you please stop? Why are you digging your hands in your mouth? Oh, those are mine. But I still got to jam them in here.
Because like some teeth are like harder to like push the floss, man, and it's like sometimes you just be like you'll be pushing too hard, scraping your mouth up. Like
You're like,
What a disaster.
it is a fucking disaster, man. Flossing.
Do you guys
flossing
still
with regular
floss?
floss
I just use those.
Yeah, that's all I use. That's
well,
flossing.
that is
What do you
pretty
do?
good.
Well, I'm
Saying
saying,
before that.
does anybody use that old method anymore?
Yeah, I'm
sure.
sure like 90-year-old people do.
I'd say I bet.
I know, but-
You-
I was just gonna say.
You
that I
work
think
at a
that-
drugstore? Have you
Yeah,
seen?
people buy floss. Like we restock floss. Like it happens. People
No,
buy
they're
it.
just stealing it.
Hell,
Well, like,
I mean, I do work retail, so I mean, yeah, it's possible. But no, I'm somewhere, like a person is using actual floss. Yes.
we were talking about something before.
Well, what I was gonna start with, and
Yeah,
I mean,
I
boy,
kinda-
we sure jumped a ways.
It's
sports.
okay.
We're gonna do sports.
Yep, we were gonna
Next
talk
week.
about sports.
No, that's next week.
And I was gonna discuss a thing that I was thinking of on a couple levels. The one that I remember the most recently was these Halls Breezers. These Halls Breezers reminded me because there was some tough weather in Green Bay, Wisconsin last night. That snow was a whipping. I bet a lot of people that went to that game could use a Halls Breezer today.
I'm sure they could.
Yeah, no doubt. But the Packers that played one of the more entertaining games of the day yesterday for sure. Their matchup with Carolina was on paper probably about this type of a game. I think in the end that you got a result that wasn't that shocking, but there was a lot of drama late. Carolina got stopped inside the 1 yard line on the final play of the game. Carolina not scoring there, I thought, actually saved Ron Rivera some added scrutiny that could have came as a result. Because if they score the touchdown there and then they don't convert the 2-point conversion, the conversation is completely about why did you go for two for no reason when you scored to make it 24-16.
Dude, does anybody know the
didn't
actual
quite-
analytics of why he did that?
That made
he
no
explained-
sense.
No,
He explained it today.
It went against all analytics.
For sure.
He explained it today, which was interesting because he was like, it was strictly analytics based.
It's not,
which
though.
is not true. Which
It's
is
not,
true.
though. There's no analytics that would support that.
Well,
But
that's
what
what Troy Aikman said on the broadcast.
But what he
as well.
said was they go for two and they get it right, so that now they're 6 behind. So when they go for that last touchdown, they kick the extra point to go up 1.
So he was doing it
he-
there
he
instead of
was-
going for it on the last play of the game.
Exactly.
But he had a backup this way. So he was just
He
throwing...
was saying that like on the road you always go for two and you go for the win, and I'm getting it done early.
Okay. So that way, like... But my whole thing was, I didn't think an extra point was that guaranteed of a deal later because of the field conditions, because of the way the game was trending. I was like, what are you going to go? Like, you're going to go for 2 again? Because what if you score a touchdown and then you just miss an extra point? Because there's snow was like at that point swirling throughout the stadium.
See, that's what I thought he was going to say. He was going to say, I wasn't sure about the weather. Instead of kicking the extra point, we would just go for 2. Yeah. That's what I thought he was going to say. But then I was really surprised
that he tried to use analytics as the
he's
basis
for his argument. Throw the analytics out the window, man. We go for it all day. No matter.
Also, he went against Riverboat Ron Brand earlier in the game when he punted on 4th and 2 from the Green Bay 43 or 44 yard line. Yeah. I thought that was uncharacteristically conservative as well. I did not like that decision making from Rivera. So I think that the Panthers losing the way they did on that last play has deflected a ton of potential criticism from him, and it's made it about McCaffrey couldn't get 1 foot for it. Like that was where the game was won and lost. So I think Rivera, if they don't make the playoffs though, and he continue if this is what's happening week in and week out, maybe I was wrong because I thought Ron Rivera was a better coach than what he displayed yesterday. And I thought that he gave his team a worse chance to win the game by his decision making, and as a head coach, that's unacceptable.
I will say though that I did like that play call. I thought they were going to catch the Packers sleeping on that run to McCaffrey that got stuffed.
I expected a run there. Wholehearted. I
did
thought
too.
If you would have done a run the play before that, I think you had a much better chance at catching them sleeping on it. The play that they snapped with about 8 seconds left, I thought should have been the run. Because the Packers would have thought, hey, they're going to try 2 pass plays here probably. Probably wouldn't have had the box quite as loaded up as they did on that last play.
I think most people thought, because they called timeout with 4 seconds.
Yeah, you're not getting 2 plays off.
Exactly.
You can't bank on it.
The only people they fooled were dumb Packer fans.
My dad.
I can't believe they would run it.
Yeah. My dad.
Yeah, my dad is the first one to say that. No, they have to pass it. There's only 4 seconds.
I will say, though, I'm the only person I've talked to so far that actually thought that they should have kicked the field goal before halftime.
I
haven't found anybody else yet.
No, it's me. I'm here. Hello.
Yeah.
Why the fuck don't you?
And then they run a terrible play, single back
with Jamal Williams. Also, you don't give it to Aaron Jones, who had 3 more touchdowns today and has proven himself to be. If you need a yard, Aaron Jones is your guy.
Think about how bad that would have been if Carolina did get that touchdown and they got the 2 point.
Oh yeah,
you would have been up 3.
Yeah. It could have been disastrous.
I'm always going for it.
That's what I mean. Everybody I've talked to has said that.
I don't like it at all because you get the ball after halftime. If you kick the field goal, you go up 7. You get the ball after half up 7, up the full possession. To me, that was a no-brainer.
That's exactly what I said. But what was interesting was that was their reasoning for going for it. We were getting the ball at half. And I'm like,
but now
why don't you get the ball at half up 7?
Yeah, and Carolina's defense goes into the half with momentum now. So now Carolina's defense comes out to start the second half feeling themselves a little bit, starting to believe, hey, maybe we can hang in this game. You've given them the reason to believe that. If you kick a field goal there, it's like, all right, well, we got to go back out there to start. We got to go back out there again to start the second half. To me, that was a huge play in the game, and it changed the dynamic. And I actually saw one of my friends, because I was getting out of work right when that happened. I was following it on my phone, and I was like, that's a horrible decision. And he was grabbing a 6-pack of Spotted Cow on his way out, and he said, after the first half, he's like, I need this. And he also agreed that they should have just kicked the field goal. So I've had the opposite experience. Most people that I've talked to have said that they should kick the field goal. So
I agree, they should have kicked the field goal. Yep. I mean, if you are going to go for it, at least come up with a play that you know is going to work.
Jamal Williams single back up the gut.
What is that?
What? You never run that.
Single back.
Give it to Aaron Jones.
At least have old Danny in there, lead blocking or something.
I mean, Jamal Williams is a physical runner, but at least have a fullback in there. I get it.
Why not? If you're going to go big beef, go big beef.
But I'm also the guy that's going to say if it's 4th down and you're inside your opponent's 40, you go for it.
Basically, yeah, I would tend to agree. If you're between the 30 and the 40, and it's 4th and
if you're in the 40 and in, go for it.
So never kick field goals?
Never kick field goals?
Field goals are for pussies.
I don't think that would bear itself out as a good strategy.
Look at how many field goal kickers suck ass. Just avoid it altogether. Gotta have that. You can have their roster spot for something else.
Kyle Allen, though, not too bad.
Kyle Allen
is not bad.
He's going to be a really good game manager.
I was skeptical coming in of the Kyle Allen experience because he had a good first game, had a few duds in the middle, and then his last game or two was pretty okay again. Kyle Allen, better than I thought he'd be. Period. He has throws a better ball. He tends to just he can find open receivers better than I thought. He had multiple plays where he would get through his progressions, find a guy that was maybe on the backside of the play. A crucial example was the 4th and 10 play in the fourth quarter when they were on like the 35-yard line or so. And originally everything was to the right, and he worked all the way back to the left side where I believe it was Jarius Wright that he floated one out to because he was basically just there was one guy guarding that side of the field at that point in the play. Got it out there, made that decision, picked up a first down, kept the drive alive. Plays like that impressed me a ton. He had poise. It was a hostile environment, bad weather game, on the road. First type of that time he'd been in that atmosphere in his career. And I gave him a passing grade for the game. I don't know. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, the biggest thing that surprised me with him was how elusive he was.
He avoided a lot of sacks. Because their offensive line was not doing a great job in pass protection. No. Like run blocking, they were fine. But in pass pro, the Panthers had a lot of trouble. Which, credit to the Packers defense. Like, they're causing that pressure.
Well, it's almost funny. Like, the Packers pass rush gets better towards the end of the games when they're up because you just know they're going to pass every single time. And you don't have to gear up for the run. Yep. And then you just let those boys loose. And the Smith brothers.
Let those boys loose.
And not to mention,
that's every football team, though. Pass rush works better late.
Not always.
Well, for the Packers, it's also more effective because prior to that, teams generally are trying to run on the Packers because that's what teams know they can do well. So the Packers don't get to pin their ears back very often. Plus, their defense, like in the rest of the game, doesn't put teams in like a lot of 3rd and longs because of how well you can run the ball against them. So it's hard to like pin your ears back and just get after the quarterback on a 3rd and 3. Yeah, you can't really tee off on him.
I feel like that's what's been saving the Packers late in games is that you know they're going to pass, so they don't even have to gear up for the run. The secondary is already set, and then the front four always gets pressure,
and the edge can always bring heat. You can always bring it off of at least one side.
And when the Packers have that situation like set in their mind, that's when they play the best defense.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense because teams become one-dimensional. It allows the Packers defense to do what they do best, which is protect. Like their secondary is their strongest suit. I don't think many people would disagree with that. Like in theory. And then, like their front four gets to mask their deficiency because they do what they're better at. Like it's a good formula for them. If the NFL was pass only, Packers defense would be great. If you could only pass, the Packers defense would be awesome.
Unless you can throw to tight ends.
Right, they never go to tight ends.
That is true.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with the tight end. They're like, oh, he's bigger than these other guys. I don't know.
No, but seriously,
not as fast, but he's bigger.
Greg Olsen was running the most Greg Olsen routes.
He's like, hey, I'm open.
Greg Olsen was like he was 25 years old again.
Packers were like, oh shit, he is open.
Again.
The Packers don't have any cover linebackers, so that's where they're screwed. What they should do is put Amos up on the tight ends.
But Amos can't catch interceptions, though.
Doesn't matter. You just got to cover him. Be a big body on the tight end. I mean,
yeah, he really is never covering tight ends. You always see it's Ibrahim Campbell or Will Redmond or Blake Martinez.
When I see tight ends going off, I like to put a safety on them, a strong safety.
You do that in Madden?
I do
strong
that.
safety?
When you say what I like to do is...
You mean in Madden?
Are you talking about in Madden or...
Hey, it's a simulation.
Yeah, it is a simulation. What I like to see and what I would do in real life, not just Madden, is you can put a strong safety on a faster tight end. I think that's a better matchup. I mean, obviously depending on how good your safety is, but...
Or how good the tight end is, because I feel like a lot of weeks that's a waste. If you're going up against a tight end,
but not Greg Olsen.
Yeah,
he should be able to hold Greg.
Well, they were playing zone a lot of times.
Greg Olsen's like 38 years old.
He's 34. I looked it up,
and he has his foot rebuilt like 6 times.
He basically is Jason Witten at this point.
He's a possession tight end. Yeah. He knows where to go. He knows where to sit down, when to keep going on the route.
He's like the old guy that's getting rebounds when you're like, how are you still in the league?
He's the old guy at the Y that directs
He's Amir Johnson.
Man, so much hate on Greg Olsen right now.
This is complimentary.
He's not top 50. He's not in the top half of tight ends in the NFL.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think he's
top 10 tight end.
I mean, he's probably like
he's a top 10 tight end.
Yeah,
next
Greg
week,
Olsen.
Top 10 tight ends in the NFL. We did it. We got there organically. All right.
That's it. You challenge me. We're going to do a top 10 tight ends.
It's time to throw down the gauntlet. You heard it here first, folks. Next week.
Greg's still going to be up there.
Okay. Well, you better make an actual list. You can't just have team names, okay?
Yeah.
None of this nonsense.
Cooper from the Falcons.
Okay, stop.
No.
I would agree.
Spicy takes
you don't agree?
I agree.
Okay.
That's it, though, okay? Everyone knows that.
We'll save it for next show.
Remember when Johnny said Devontae Adams was in the top 10 receiver in the NFL, and then he named like 5?
And struggled pretty mightily after that.
Have your list prepared.
One of them
we don't
was
ask
AJ
for
Green.
much.
We had prepared lists when we did wide
You did not.
receivers.
You had what Madden said.
What are you talking about? I made an entire list of my own top 10 wide receivers, top 10 quarterbacks, which we never got to.
No, you just had a list for Madden, and you kept naming them in wrong order. You kept being like, "Oh, wait,
Yeah, you
hold
had
on."
2 number 6s. Like, I remember, yeah, your shit was all out of, like, no. I want your list to just say, like, 10, 9, 8, like a normal person does a list.
You change your mind sometimes. You guys were bringing up some good points about some wide receivers, and I was like, you know what? They're right. I'll put him at number 9.
You were redoing your list as we were going. It was,
I had a set. I went into it with a set list.
So it's an ever-evolving list. It's never quite finished. It's
No.
Okay.
Every week it evolves, and then even sometimes during the week I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't think he's that good. I'm going to move him to 8.
Johnny, you're a liar. Your list could never evolve because you forget what you wrote originally.
That probably is what it is.
That's called evolving.
Yes.
He calls it evolving, but it's just like a completely different subject the second time.
That's whatever. It's close enough. It was probably fine.
All right.
One last thing I wanted to talk about from the Packer game real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Is we're at the point where the Packers holding, quote-unquote, holding Christian McCaffrey to 141 yards. It felt like they did a really good job on him. Like, he got his through portions of the game, but, like, in general, it felt like the Packers defense did a pretty good job keeping him contained for the most part. Like, a lot of his damage came on, like, those little dump-offs. The fact that he turns those into 9-yard plays as easily as he does is, like, ridiculous. Because you'll see it and you're like, oh, that's like a 3 or 4 yard check down, but then he just explodes, and all of a sudden he's like almost at the first down mark, and you're like, well, how do you guard that? Do you put a corner on him? Like, do you like put a corner on a running back? Like, because otherwise he's just gonna do that. Like,
for a smaller guy, he's really good at falling forward
always.
At the end of his
he's
runs.
Always finishing his runs,
good. And that gets him an extra yard, sometimes 2 yards.
Yep.
I mean, that's what you want to see your running backs do. The running backs who do 2 shifty things at the end of their run and get tackled sideways or get tackled backwards, just end your run forwards, and for a small guy, he does that really well.
I'll say, because that crew gets a lot of crap. Troy Aikman basically said something along those lines, that like one of the big knocks on McCaffrey was that, can he run between the tackles? Can you use him in that way, or is he just like a scat back? And like, yeah, like he's shown that he's a between the tackle. Like, he's a big boy runner. He'll get tough yards. He's that type of guy. Like, he's an MVP candidate, and I think deservedly so, given what he's doing with this offense this season. I tend to think Lamar Jackson's the front runner for that at this point, but Christian McCaffrey deserves to be in the conversation. I think he's having that type of a season.
Yeah,
I would give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to your point, AJ, it's interesting, right? Because all the best running backs that the Packers have played against, they've actually done pretty well.
That's right.
So Zeke
Zeke was exactly.
Zeke was the first one.
Yep.
And then obviously McCaffrey, and then Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, they did a pretty nice job.
I mean, Cook had a 75-yard run, but besides that, they actually managed to contain him, and it's like they let Lindsey go off from Denver, who's I mean, a mediocre running back in the NFL, I'd probably say, and Josh Jacobs had a really good game as well. So it's like when it's the primetime running backs, it's almost like Mike Pettin has a plan, and if you correlate it to all those running backs have really mediocre quarterbacks, and what he's saying is, I want Dak to beat me, I want Kirk Cousins to beat me. Who am I missing? Who's other running back?
Kyle Allen.
I want Kyle Allen. And he even admitted that this week. He said, "Yeah, we were going to stack the box, and we wanted Allen to make the throws, and a lot of times he surprised us with some really good throws." And I think that's honestly a good game plan for the actual players that they have on defense.
Yeah.
Because, like we had said before, the Packers' defense is a bend don't break, and at the end of games, they can let the front four loose, and then they can play man-to-man coverage, and they're always going to make it, and that's what they give up the biggest plays. But at the end of the game, that's where they're the best. They're not going to give up big plays because they're not even afraid of the run.
Yeah.
They can just sit back.
Yep,
and that's what keeps them in games late.
Exactly. It's why they have such a good, like when they're on the when they have the lead and they're like in that last 2-minute situation, they're the defending team. I'm pretty confident, like more so than I am.
That's
for most
what saves
teams.
them.
Yep, yeah. Like I'm usually I feel good about that, and they're built for Rodgers to put them in that position. Like if you want somebody to like just get you a lead going into the last 2 minutes, Aaron Rodgers, not a bad choice. Like we haven't talked about him at all. We talked about this game for probably 20 minutes at this point.
Yeah,
we haven't.
When did this turn into
the GBPackTV episode right now?
When did this turn into GBPackTV?
I'm okay with it because I thought it was a really, really good game. I like this.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was
more, to me, it stood out as like one of the games that I will remember from this season in future. Like just because it was like It was an early snow game. The way it looked, it was super cool. The way the game ended, there was just a lot. It had a big game feel. Like, I don't know. There just like, so when I was watching it yesterday, it just felt like this was like one of those special regular season games.
It felt like a playoff game, right?
Yep.
Like under the snow at Lambeau, the lights were on. It got dark early,
and the snow kept getting harder and harder.
You got Troy and
so by
Joe.
the end of the game, there was like a blizzard in the stadium. It looked great on TV. It was one of those games that I was very glad to not be at. I've been to that.
Yeah, I was like, that looks cold.
I went to one of those games. I went to McCarthy's last game last season. Actually, I went to the Cardinals game with my brother. The game that got him fired.
Good thing you're not a Packer fan.
No, there was a lot
bad game.
There was a lot of toxic energy.
That would have been a
stadium.
great game to go to. See Mike McCarthy
The best part.
fired?
The best part was
that's true.
on the charter bus back from Green Bay. When it broke that he got fired, somebody was like on their phone on Twitter. They was like, McCarthy got fired, and the whole bus was like, ah! Everyone was like, that was the happiest anyone was because it was such a quiet drive the whole way back. My brother was sitting there in his Josh Rosen jersey, just like being very small and quiet.
Josh Rosen jersey. What's he doing with that now?
At
Goodwill?
Probably on Facebook Marketplace. If I had to guess, probably asking $25 for the old Josh Rosen jersey if anyone's interested.
Hey, the Packers game was the first time that I realized why Packer fans hate Troy Aikman so much.
Yeah?
He just would not leave like points alone that were already settled.
Yeah.
And every single time he brought up a point that was already done with, it was like a penalty on the Packers or they got away with a penalty, and I'm like,
I just
really
want to
keeps
say,
going back to that. But he's right most of the time. I actually enjoy Troy Aikman.
I just want to say we glossed over a few of those bad calls called against the Panthers that would have changed the entire game.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't
do that.
But I do want to say, let's stop talking about the Packers.
Okay, but
okay,
all right,
that's fine. Sorry, I'm sorry. I was enjoying it.
I'll say
I'm really excited.
I think this is what our target audience basically is looking for, anyways. Like.
We got viewers in Germany that are not Packer
German
fans.
fans are probably Packer fans.
We don't have much for
They're
them.
Bears fans.
We don't have much for the people in
I
Germany.
mean, we had a guy. What was his name? Von Beer.
Sure.
His name. There was beer in his last name.
Yeah, I don't.
All right. Well, how about this? I got a little game for you guys to play.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
Johnny's done with the Packers.
We're changing gears.
In front of me.
That was a hard turn.
Hold on. I have to. One last before we go. If you're gonna I'm sorry. If you're gonna talk about the penalties, Kyle Allen threw a pick in the end zone. All right, so like you blew your leg off right there doing that. That has nothing to do with the referees. But all right, we'll move on.
Dude, every game I watched on Sunday, there's some kind of officiating. There's some kind of officiating thing.
I don't want to hear about it though.
But that's every game. So
I was gonna gripe on the officials.
It's literally
are
every
you
game.
going to talk about the bull too?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bull.
I do not want to talk about.
Let's talk about Jim Boylan.
I don't want to talk about referees unless it is crazy egregious.
You guys could just name this Trey's podcast. We've already talked about the Packers forever, and now we can talk about Jim Boylan. I'm just going to scream in the microphone for
for the last
2
half
hours.
Hour? Yeah,
2 hours.
Right.
How much time you guys got?
All right. So what I got in front of me,
how much oxygen you got?
A lot.
Is how did they phrase this?
What do we got? What are we doing?
How
here?
frequently each team is targeting each position?
All right. So
What sport?
Football.
Football.
Oh, okay.
So how often they throw to which positions?
Yes.
All right.
So any guesses for wide receiver has the highest percentage in which they throw to?
Who throws to their wide receivers the most?
More than any other team.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Saints.
No. Nope. Saints are at 50%.
The Miami Dolphins.
Nope.
I'm going to say Arizona Cardinals.
Nope.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Tampa Bay.
Nope.
What the percentage of passes are versus runs?
Chicago Bears.
It's runs, tight ends.
Ooh, yeah, Bears is a good one.
It's not. Hold on. It's not
only
plays.
wide receivers.
Wide receivers. Then there's tight ends, and
running
there's
backs.
running backs.
Okay.
Who did you say, Trey?
Bears.
No.
Wow,
they never throw their
I
wide
had two
receivers.
good guesses.
What do you mean?
No,
They never
what do you
throw
mean?
their
They never
tight
throw
ends.
the tight ends.
Yeah, but they throw it to Cohen
But they
every
don't.
time.
They do.
All right. Let's another argument.
They throw it to Cohen like 50 plays a
Houston.
game.
Houston? No.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah,
No.
that's a good one.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
The
They're-
Falcons.
Bengals are number 2.
Give me a hint. We've rifled
Bengals
off
are
half
number
the league.
2.
All right, Bengals are number 2. Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty good then. Let
the
us know.
number-
If we're hitting in the top 10, let us know.
Yeah, okay.
Don't just know.
Well, it's not numbered, so
okay.
it's color coordinated, so it's like
all
hard to tell. Like, I think this green is darker than this green.
All right.
So who's number one?
Number one is the Arizona Cardinals.
I said the
that.
Arizona Cardinals.
Oh,
That
you
was my
did?
first guess.
100% he said the Cardinals.
I'm
yep.
sorry.
And I said that was a good
There's
one.
like 16 people yelling. It's really hard to keep
I
track.
know, I was like, that was a good one.
I was
like,
sure about
They're
that.
at
I was confident.
69.94%.
That's a really nice
Nice.
percentage
Nice.
to throw to wide receivers.
All right.
Nice.
So any
Number
guesses
2 is the Bengals, you
for
said.
tight ends?
Oh, who throws their tight
Oh,
ends
I
the
can
most?
go in order.
Wait, hold on. Did I get the top 3 on my 3 guesses?
All
I
right,
need
hold
to know.
on. So number 1 was the Cardinals. Actually, number 2, this is really hard to tell with the colors. Number 2 is Cincinnati. Number 3, I gave you that. Number 3 is the New York
Giants.
Jets.
Oh, Jets.
Jets.
'Cause, yeah, Herndon's out again. They're their future. They're
Then it's Houston.
okay.
Okay, AJ was
I got that one.
Then it's Tampa.
I got that
AJ
one.
was there.
We're in there.
Then it's Cleveland, Dallas.
Oh,
Or no, it's Dallas,
Dallas?
Cleveland, Seattle.
I feel like Dallas throws the Witten so much.
Seattle.
Although they Gallup and Cooper are a pretty nice one too. If we were gonna from the Sunday night game last night, man.
Any guesses who's the team that throws to their wide receivers the least?
Packers.
No.
Raiders.
Nope.
Ooh, man. They have 2 tight ends. They
Bears.
throw to.
Nope.
No. Bears don't ever throw.
This
their-
team has like one wide receiver.
The Browns.
Nope.
No.
Whoa.
The Bills.
No.
Dolphins.
Nope.
Lions.
Nope. AFC team.
Colts.
Nope.
They have 1 wide receiver. It's good.
Steelers.
Nope. You're getting warmer.
Bengals?
Ravens.
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 They throw to their wide receivers 42% of the time.
Because Lamar is just getting it done.
Well, I mean, they throw. Mark Andrews is a monster.
Yeah.
Well, that brings me to the next question. Any guesses for tight end?
The list is probably just completely
Baltimore is number 1.
yeah.
They're at 45.5%.
They throw to their tight ends half the time.
Number 2 is Oakland,
That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
Oakland
and then
for sure.
and then Philly.
He didn't let us guess. He's
No,
just reading
I'll
them
say.
off. He's like, fuck you guys.
Well,
Read
He's
them off.
taking our shine.
Wrong too much.
Taking our shine.
I'm saving up for running backs. Jesus Christ, it's still not going in here. Well, no, you guys guessed the number 1 there, so it's have your fun. But
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
but there's a 10 point actually almost 11 point difference from Baltimore to Oakland and Philly.
I
We're
believe
like neck and neck. That's
I haven't
wild.
watched a ton of Baltimore, but yeah, it feels like they throw to their tight ends a ton, and I mean that bears that out. Like,
Yeah.
but Oakland and Philly makes sense too because they both have 2 tight ends that they throw to a lot. Oakland has Waller and Moreau, and Philly has Ertz and Goddard.
Yep.
So like those are both like if you have 2 good tight ends, like using 2 tight end formations also allows you to run the ball more effectively. So it's smart too, and they both like Gruden especially that he wants to run,
Yep.
but if he's going to throw, he'd prefer to make safe throws, and that's again like why they've been I think last week, I think we called the Raiders beating the Chargers because we said we're like that's the type of game the Chargers will lose.
Oh,
And,
yeah, we
like,
did call that.
Yeah, and that was I know it was the first game of this past week, but that was another one of the better games of the week. The Oakland Raiders, like Johnny said, like they play like old school, straightforward, smash mouth football, and they're finding success with it, and it's kind of fun to watch.
Any guesses on the team that throws to their tight end?
How about the
least?
team that throws to their quarterback? Can
Marcus Mariota's the only one who does that.
No, this team throws to their tight end.
Did you guys see that today though? Marcus Mariota was running routes at Titans practice.
Why?
Oh,
Yeah, he was out there. He was running routes. Tannehill, he runs like an out route. And Tannehill throws it to him. And somebody like off camera is like, "Here you go, Marcus." Like, but I don't know like what the like people are like. I don't know if it's like a position change or like what if he was just like why, but like yeah.
I think
Did it look good?
No,
I think
his
Lamar
route
Jackson-
was really bad.
I think Lamar Jackson could throw it to himself. And throw it and then
He'd have to put a
run
lot of
and
air
catch it.
under it, but yeah,
Yeah.
So could Pat Mahomes.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I think they should complete
I
passes
just
to
picture it
themselves.
as like an and one move. They like throw.
Basically, we'd be playing 500 because they would throw it crazy high,
Yep.
and then they'd run down like 20 yards and like try to like get in the mix to catch it.
Yeah.
What if they didn't have enough pass yards and they rolled out for a run? Then right before the line of scrimmage, they just toss it up, and then after the line of scrimmage, they catch it right away, and then they run off.
I
That's
think
a pass.
I think that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a pass. They can get pass yards on that.
Like I said, yeah, Marcus Mariota caught a touchdown pass to himself in a playoff game.
He
It's
did.
happened. Like, yeah, this isn't unprecedented, man. There's historical basis for these things.
Wow.
So, anyways, who throws to what tight
Their
ends?
tight
Tight
ends
ends,
the least.
The least. It's got to be Tampa Bay, right?
Tampa Bay, no, it's not.
Tight ends, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we already did tight ends.
The
but
least.
the
Bears.
least.
I thought we did this.
We did the
Yeah.
most.
Okay. Tight ends, the least. Yeah, Bears feel like they'd be in there.
Arizona.
Bears, no. Arizona's number 2.
So who does Arizona throw to?
Christian Kirk and Larry Fitzgerald. That's about it.
That's it? All right.
Yeah.
Wait, who'd you say?
Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald.
No, did you say Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh, Arizona, yeah, they're number 2.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what you already said that also.
right.
So that's okay.
This game is breaking down.
Just
There's
go ahead. Just
no-
finish.
No, dude, Arizona's number 2.
Just finish the list. Go ahead.
All right, it's New England.
Yeah, just
All
all
right.
it off. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Keep her moving.
All right, let's do something.
If there's anything in it, well, we can do it. But otherwise,
I bet the Bears were number 1 for running backs.
no.
Bears are not number 1.
Bears would not be. Bears are number 1 for any of these things. Nagy's.
Wait, Bears are number 1 for what?
Throwing it to their running
running
backs.
backs?
They're
No.
second.
Are they?
They should be number 1.
Number
Yeah.
1 is New Orleans. Number 3
Yeah.
Believe
is
that.
New England.
Kamara.
Believe that.
New England makes a ton of sense.
Believe that.
So I was right.
Where did the Chiefs rank? The Chiefs weren't in any of that, were they?
Um,
Because the Chiefs have a balanced offense.
They are 57 to the wideouts, 24 to tight ends, and 18 to running backs.
So, all right, pretty even distribution. Fairly balanced for the old Andy Reid attack.
Do we have any more football?
No, let's talk about the Bull.
No, let's not. We're not going to talk about the Bulls. All right, real quick. Bengals 49-13 loss this past weekend.
All right.
It's a
Yes,
spicy
go
one.
Bengals.
Tank for Tua.
Also, Dolphins won their second game of the season.
Yeah. Let's go
However,
Bengals.
our new nemesis, and one that I like more having as a nemesis, is the Washington football team.
Oh.
The Washington
Those-
football team is the
those
only
guys.
one-win team. All right, so the Bengals are there's only a 1-game buffer for the number 1 pick.
Is there any matchups against Washington football team?
We do
this
not
year?
play Washington football team this year, so we do not get that opportunity to take matters into our own hands.
It's funny 'cause
we still control our own destiny, though, which is good.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
People on the radio are saying, "Oh, Zach Taylor might be one and done." I'm like, "What are you talking about? He's doing a great job.
But I get it.
He's coaching him up to lose so well." What are you talking about? He should get a promotion.
They have literally
I
made.
mean, Hugh Jackson kept his job after he went 0-16.
Yeah,
So
right.
It could happen.
They have made the Bengals the worst team like all time in Madden. I'm sorry.
I knew he was going to talk about
I pick
that.
the Bengals every game, and their offensive linemen just don't block anymore.
That's what-
they had to nerf them
Well,
so
that's
bad.
true.
Have you
I
watched a Bengals game?
I know, but come on,
what
I'm trying to
happens.
win games over here.
Well, don't pick them then.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with my squad. Who dey?
We don't. Who dey? We don't have an offensive line though, man. It's not a thing. Like it's a turnstile.
So this is what I found out that we do have.
Yeah.
Geno Atkins.
Yeah, we do still have
Yes.
Geno Atkins. Yes, that is true.
He is a very
You
good
can
football
put AJ
player.
Green in the game.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Green sounded like he could have played, and then they announced Ryan Finley was going to start, and then he was like,
I'm out for the year.
you know, this ankle don't feel so good no more. I think I'm out another week.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's
Geno Atkins has to sack the quarterback every play.
Yeah.
And you can only throw it to AJ Green.
all right. That's
Guys, you're going to put Gonzo to sleep over there.
what's that with the Bengals? Gonzo's just upset we didn't like his list, and it's okay.
No, I liked his list. What are you talking about?
That's well. I mean, we shut it down. We yelled at it. We were mean to the list.
I liked it.
That's I liked it. I supported it. Let's take a break.
All right.
All right. We'll be back with Jabronis Sports.